Hello, it's Ron back here with Ron's YouTube channel where we cover a lot of drones and drone gear. And coincidentally, I got a drone right here in the table. This is the DJI Mini 3 Pro, like the latest, the hottest mini drone of the year. Came out in the spring and had some shipping issues at first, but most people that wanted it have it by now, and had some kind of some firmware issues to begin with, but they've some range issues, some heating issues, but that has all seemed to be worked out by DJI and firmware updates. If you're still having these issues, like you still have poor range or you get overheating warnings on the screen, it's about time you call DJI and try to get a replacement because the firmware has fixed most people's issues. So if you still have an issue, you probably have something beyond a software issue. So again, I'd advise you to contact DJI. I mean, you can leave it down in the comments below, but better just to straight up contact DJI. But anyhow, I want to tell you a little story here. I'm going to roll some video. I just the other day, a couple days ago, I went down to South Jersey again, down around Cape May. I made a video on, I was at Cape May about a week before. I'll put that link up here or down below or someplace or whatever you want to see the other Cape May video. But I'm on the kind of the bay side of New Jersey, not on the ocean, on the bay side, which leads to the the Philadelphia River. But at this point they call it the bay. So anyhow, I was a little bit north of where the Cape May ferry leads to go out to Lewis. We were at a restaurant called Harpoons. And you were there having dinner, so we kind of ate dinner early so I could get out there and fly the Mini 3 around sunset. Thought maybe I could get a couple nice shots and whatever. I'd never been to that exact spot before, so kind of exploring around. But anyhow, so I get out to the, we eat dinner, get out to the beach. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunset. It's beautiful out there, nice, cooling down as the evening. And I get out there, I get the, the Mini 3 out. I put the landing pad down in kind of a safe place right near the beach, and I get everything ready, and I'm ready to take off. I've checked before you fly. I had no flight restrictions. I checked UAV forecast. The weather's good. Winds, satellites are all good. So all good to go as far as that kind of clearance. So again, I set up in a safe location. There wasn't many people around. I put my landing pad down because I was in kind of just off the sand, in some gravelly type stuff. But I put it down, so I go to take off, and it's not taking off. And I get an error message right on the the DJI RC controller telling me that I had engine was I think it said locked. Anyhow, it told me that an engine, one of the motors, sorry, motors, not engine. One of the motors was locked, or did it say blocked? One or the other. But it popped right up that red thing right on the kind of upper left-hand corner of the screen. We get a lot of notices. So I turned everything off, and I went down, examined, picked the drone up, and I checked all the motors. And sure enough, this back motor here would barely turn. Well, I'm over exaggerating. Wouldn't turn. You could tell friction when you tried to turn it, but all the other ones just spun loosely. So what I did is I turned the drone upside down. Shook it a little bit because I thought, well, maybe like a little thing of sand got in there. Not in this flight because I hadn't even really. It was doing it before I even really, I put it straight in the landing pad, but, maybe on a previous flight or something. So, I kind of just worked these, I kind of shook it, worked the propellers, and actually grabbed the top part of the motor here and spun it around, a bit. And eventually I got it loosened up. Whatever was in there, kind of fell out. And I said, it could have been anything. Could have been, just I don't know what you call a piece of sand, like I want to say a blade of sand. I don't know what they call a small piece of sand. Could have been a little dirt in there. Could have been a minuscule pebble in there. I couldn't see anything at that point because it was already kind of getting a little dark out. But I worked it all out. So, I started drawing back up again, and the air wasn't there anymore. The engine, the motor locked or blocked was gone. So, what I did is, it seemed to be good, so I took the drone off. I just let it hover, like it takes off. When you do the automatic takeoff, it hovers maybe 2, 3, 4 feet in the air. And I just let it hover there for a while. And to make sure it was flying good, I pushed up a little bit higher, maybe like to less than 10 feet. I moved it kind of sideways maybe 10 feet either way, move the frontwards and backwards like 10 feet either way, and then just kind of, circled around a little bit. And I didn't seem to have any issues, but I kept it low and close in case there was an issue where it would drop from the sky. It would drop at kind of a safe height, and it would be just a few steps away from me, so easily recovered. Of course, obviously only one in this location, so it was we couldn't have hurt anybody else. So, after that testing, I didn't seem to have any issues, so I went about my flight. But of course, this wasted so much time. By the time I actually got doing the real flight, the sun was almost down. So I just shot a couple minutes of video. I flew in with the drones back at the sun. So I think I got some kind of decent video flying along the beach. The light was pretty good there. Now when I turned around the other way, it was kind of too dark. But I did fly towards the sunset, which provided some good light too. So again, just a short flight because again, my flight got messed up by this this motor issue. But it seems like it's all resolved now. I've flown it since with no issues at all. So again, whatever it was, I got out of there. So anyhow, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a short video clip that I did take, and then after that, I'm going to show you some pictures I took. The settings, I must have did update something because the settings all went back to normal. So I thought I was shooting JPEG RAW, but I shot all JPEGs, and I shot bracketed JPEG. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the brackets, and then I'm going to take them into some software and merge them together, the brackets, as kind of an HDR photo, and I'm going to show you those results too. So it should be interesting to see, if you've never shot auto exposure bracketing, this will be a good kind of, primer to know the value of overexposure brackets and what they could do in a situation like this where, I have one bracket a little overexposed, one bracket a little underexposed. So. All right, so I hope you liked that video. Again, what I did in those bracketed photos, it luckily took one that was kind of overexposed. So that got kind of the ground. You could see what was on the ground, which in the regular photo was kind of the blocks got crushed. But the overexposed one, you could see some of the ground. But in the bracket that was kind of underexposed, you could really see the colors and detail of the sun. So and then you have that middle bracket in there, which is kind of a combination of both. So that's what I did with the brackets here, and what I hope you can see that results in the in the HDRs I created in software. You could use Lightroom. I use Luminar Neo just because it's my kind of software choice at the moment here. So again, hope you got something out of that video. Just remember that even though this drone is really good, just to be careful with things like, again, motor getting stuck. Don't panic. Lots of times like things like that, you can work them out yourself, but just be careful. If it's saying anything like that, don't force that drone up until the screen's telling you that you're good to take off. So okay. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. They said the usual stuff, thumbs up if you liked it, got anything out of it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member to Ron Brown's YouTube channel, because we cover a lot of drone gear. And, ring that bell notification so you'll know when I put another video up on a Mini 3 or other such drones. And there's also a thanks button now where you can contribute a little bit to the channel, as little as $1.99. Anything you give me, I'll put it right back in the channel with buying new accessories, new drones, new gear that I can review on the channel, make the channel better. And one last thing, I will put links down below to everything you see in the video, which is just a drone here. But I'll put links down there. Please, if you consider buying this drone, it doesn't cost you anything to use my links, and I get a small commission from Amazon on these links. So again, help the channel. I put all this stuff right back in the channel with more products. So with that being said, get out there and fly safe, folks.